All right, so today we have a clip here of Charlie Kirk talking about reparations. Here we go.
New story out today shows that the U.S. Census Bureau, or the agency under the Secretary of Commerce, is debating whether or not to add a question to blacks of, are you a descendant of slaves? This is a precursor to reparations. And I am not a pessimist, but I want to be very clear that
Charlie Kirk's not a pessimist.
at the pace that we're moving right now, you are going to live in a country where there is reparations.
Oh, okay. Okay.
You're going to live in a
there's nothing wrong with
country
that.
where white people are going to be forced to give money to black people for something.
No. 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 I don't know where Charlie gets this idea from. He made it up and said it. And so I guess he thinks that makes it true. No. The government would be the ones that would pay out reparations if they decided to do that. He thinks that, like, he's gonna have to, like, give his check to, like, black people every time he gets paid, and I know he makes a ton of money from his show and Turning Point USA. He just thinks that he's just gonna have to, like, give all his money to other people, and it's like it's like that one Atlanta episode where they have to pay reparations to the people, and it's crazy. That's he lives in a TV show.
You did not do for something you are not connected to just because you look like somebody who did something bad. So I have some very simple questions for the reparation crowd.
Okay.
Do white people get money because our ancestors, 600,000 of them, died in the Civil War so that blacks could be free? Do we get reparations for that?
Okay, so just for a minute, I'm gonna set aside Charlie Kirk's just awful, blatant racism and explain that he's wrong about what he's saying, because the government actually does pay reparations. They pay veteran pensions to people from the Civil War. And actually, in 2020 in June, the last recipient of Civil War pensions died. Her name was Irene Triplett. This is what she looks like. She was alive until 2020. She was still receiving a Civil War pension. Okay, so they're not reparations. It's still money. So the government was actually paying white people and their families from being in the Civil War. So he's wrong about that. He's literally just not right about that. Okay. But also, he says, do white people get it because 600,000 of us died so black people could be free? Again, just being completely fucking racist. He's forgetting that about 40,000 black soldiers died in the Civil War. So he's not even accounting for the black soldiers that actually fought in the war. And this is even more significant when you know that 3/5 of all of the people that fought in the Civil War, all 3/5 of all the black people in the Civil War were all former slaves. 3/5 of them. And I just told you guys the number that died, okay? 3/5 of all the soldiers that fought in the Civil War that were black were former slaves. So again, he's just, he's making up this random bullshit, and he's just wrong about it. He's wrong. He's just wrong about it.
Number two, what if a child is half black or half white, or a person is half white or half black? Do they pay reparations to themselves?
Again, he thinks that all white people, like, I don't know, like, their pay is just gonna get docked every time that they get paid for whatever work they do, and it's just gonna go to other people. This is what Charlie Kirk really thinks. This is what I don't even know. I don't fucking know.
What about new blacks into the country? Nigerians, Haitians, people from Western Africa that have immigrated in that last 20 or 30 years. They have to pay reparations to other blacks that claim to be oppressed because their ancestors were slaves? How does one prove that they're descendants of slaves? So let me get this straight. It is evil and racist to ask a black to go show ID when you vote, but somehow you're going to be...
No. Again, this is one of those things that these right-wing grifters say, and it's just like, Nobody has ever said that it's racist for that to. Nobody has ever made that argument ever, except for the Republicans. They say that. Okay, nobody has ever said that it's racist to ask for ID when you go to vote. Nobody has ever said that. Charlie Kirk is saying that.
Able to have a black show all of the paperwork that they're the descendant of slaves.
Something else that I think Charlie Kirk is forgetting is he thinks that like black people were just enslaved, and then after the Civil War, the 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment and all that got passed. He thinks that that's just when racism against black people ended, I guess, and there's just never been racism, and racism ended after slavery was gone. I guess that's what he honestly thinks. He's literally forgetting that institutional racism. I don't even know if he knows what it is, but again. He's totally missing the point of why we would pay reparations. It's not only just for slavery, okay, but and this is something that I definitely encourage you guys to go and research, because I can't really dive into everything in this video because it would make the video super, super long and it'd be like a history lesson. But in short, around the 1920s and 1930s, the U.S. government, they really began to implement this policy and these programs in the housing industry that literally discriminated against black people, okay? And again, there's a ton of research out there about this. There's a lot of really good articles. This is an NPR article right here that I have that is, it's not that long, and it's pretty good. There's also longer articles. There's this really good interview I saw on Vox about this. But again, in short, basically, the government was instituting these policies that would allow white folks to come into new suburban areas, and they were pushing the black folks into, like urban housing projects, right? And this is something that, again, you guys can go and look up for yourselves, is just one of the things that contributes to what, again, we call systemic and institutional racism in this country. I don't know if Charlie Kirk, again, is smart enough to understand the words that I'm saying or that a bunch of other people are saying. I guess he's not. I guess, again, money matters more to him, or, just being a fucking terrible human being and being racist matters more to him than actually knowing the facts. Because, again, the conservatives, they love to say, facts don't care about your feelings. But clearly, Charlie doesn't care about fucking, I don't even know anything at all, because he's just a fucking idiot. But that's gonna be it for the video. If you guys like the video, please hit the like button. It helps me out so much. Hit the subscribe button, press that little bell, turn on all notifications so you guys never miss an upload.